Towers of Doom, map number 1 in the grand final of the first qualifier for the X Cup Summer. So again, guys, this is the first qualifier. We have 10 qualifiers in total. That's a complete season. And in every single one of these qualifiers, all the teams that want to can participate and get points depending on how far in the tournament they are able to go. So depending on your performance, you're going to get points for a leaderboard, and then after those 10 tournaments are over, after the season is over, the top 8 will move on to the playoffs, where the teams will play for 4,000 euros of prize money, sponsored by Mr. X, an anonymous Heroes of the Storm fan that is sponsoring this entire tournament series, hence the X Cup. And yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. So once again, we're having this time the first of qualifier out of 10. Qualifiers take place on Wednesdays and Sundays, which means that teams are very flexible. They don't have to participate in all of the qualifiers. They can also choose, do they want to play in the qualifiers during the week? Do they want to play in the qualifiers at some other point? They can really make their own choice there, depending on the preferences, depending on when the players have time and so on and so forth. And we have a very fast draft. Now, Limu's Tracer gets banned immediately. We got Team Ash against Team Copium here. Towers of Doom is not all that often the first map, the starting map, but this time we are headed for Towers. Dehaka, instantly taken. More value for him, obviously, on a big map like this one. But in addition to that, we also have now Blaze shortly after, claimed by the blue team. Now, Nano has played Hanzo pretty successfully in the semifinals. And I think I remember that he actually picked Meme Strike on Towers. He definitely played this map before here too. So very curious to see who takes the lead here. Team Copium was able to surprise. It was a very pleasant surprise to see their games. And the semifinal that they played against the Cats was awesome. It was really good. If you've missed it, make sure to check it out. It was definitely a lot of fun to watch it. So now we're heading for the double pick. Let's see what we're getting here. We're still in need of a main tank for them. Actually, we're in need of a main tank for both teams. Murden is still up. Diablo is still up. There we go. Limu goes for Genji. So this time we actually get the Shimada brothers. This time we got the double. So, yeah. And with that, the last two picks. Morenas and Fahrländer. Yeah. Murden is definitely a good, would be a good choice here. I think it's quite realistic that they're gonna go for him, but they need a bit more damage on top of that as well. Ah, Garrosh and Sylvanas. Alright, I can deal with that as well. A good Garrosh player is always a lot of fun. We don't see him all that often these days, unless Johan is playing. And here comes the Crybaby. So we got a light bomb with an Anduin engage. Nice. Already a lot of threat potential for the backline here with Lunara, Sylvanas, and Brightwing. But yeah, let's get things started. Map number 1, Towers of Doom. Let's go, everybody. Team Ash going up against Team Copium. Brightwing gets played in game number 1 by Renella here in the grand final of the first qualifier. We have Morenas on Garrosh, Maitrai on Blaze, Nenopi on Lunara, and Fahrländer on Sylvanas, as the Russian-Ukrainian team is aiming for the victory in this first tournament. On the right side of the map, we got Limu and Genji, Casper on Dehaka, Guilty Spark is playing Anduin, anyone on Diablo, and Nano is playing Hanzo. Alright, so with that, we're headed for the first game, and I'm kind of excited. I want to see what Team Copium is able to pull off here. They really impressed me in the semis. So they played obviously in the previous seasons and had some really nice games, had some big battles against some other teams, but they never really made it all that far into the playoffs or any of the tournaments there. So I did underestimate them a bit in the semis, especially since they went up against the Cats. But now that they are going up against the new reformed Team Ash, I want to see what they can pull off here. Can they take the entire thing? Can they win this tournament? Now, obviously, there's also the question, hey, what's going on with all of the other teams? As I said before, with this tournament format, you don't have to play in every single tournament, so I assume that we're going to get a lot of those later on. For now, Morenas, by the way, is getting a lot of the action, but they're turning it on Diablo and nearly get a kill against him. Anyone has to drop out and does, but Morenas is still hoping to invade the camp with his teammates. They couldn't get the kill, But they at least want to have the mercenaries. So here we go. Yeah, at the top, the Haka. I mean, the Haka is going to be one of the big ones, one of the big factors in this game, for the simple reason that he's obviously gonna rock the global play together with Brightwing. But the Haka more so simply because his wave clear is just looking way better. So something to really consider here also for the late game. And if that works properly for them, then they should be able to do quite a lot here. But either way, the Haka at this point is just lurking around a little bit. Let's not forget about Sylvanas. She can obviously help with any push later on too. First objective going to be announced in roughly 30 seconds, and then we're going to get the play for the first double altar. So yeah, there's the next one on this. But as it stands, we have them for now just doing their thing here in the middle of the map. Just poking, prodding, seeing if they can maybe get a kill somewhere. If anybody steps out of line, maybe they can catch somebody during a rotation. That's of course always the hope. And already they're focusing again on Garrosh, and they might just get a kill. Yes! It's actually Hanzo that gets the kill here against him. But yeah, goodbye, Sweet Prince. So he's out of commission. So far for that. But all the way up at the top, still my try, locked into that little battle with the Haka. Nothing crazy, nothing too insane happening here. It's quite a bit of fun. I mean, again, these two have been playing some very entertaining semifinals. There's already traps being set up with Genji of an aggressive play into the backline that he can also execute, and they're already waiting for exactly that. So yeah, they're currently a bit all over the place, and I definitely like it. The globals, they're channeling first, top right, top left, and then it's going to be the battle down here at the bottom of the map for the third altar. So yeah, they're going for Diablo. And anyone is trying. I mean, the two tanks are really at each other's throat every single fight. But anyone is falling. So does Garrosh, though. Both of them die. Limu is low, and I guess NanoP is going to take him out now. So, yep, there it is. The kill is there. And Sylvanas has died, too. Blow for blow. Damn, they are really at it now. Yeah, can they get another one? Anduin with the save on the Haka, but the red team has definitely lost that encounter, at least for now, because they have to fall back from the altar, and it will be channeled by Team Ash. So they get the shots fired, 36 to 32. Of course, with the low death timers, everybody is already back up on the map. But yep, things are starting to already go off the rails a little bit here. 3 kills to 2, 5 in total at the 4-minute mark. And we get level 7 talents now for the two teams. So yeah, the party is on. And Blaze gets caught too. Farlander also a bit low. And this is exactly what I talked about earlier. Look at this. This is again 5 kills to 2 in favor of Team Copium. Their team fight coordination in the last couple of games that they've been playing here was always on point. And it shows once again. So they are aggressively pushing into enemy territory, laying some traps, and always on the lookout for another quick kill. And they get it as well. Nicely done. So up at the top, we already have Casper pushing this out further. Still half a level ahead. A level ahead nearly. Not quite, but getting close. And that, of course, would be kind of neat if they can, with level 10, maybe steal something away here. They're already sniffing out Garrosh again. And he has to go for the Indomitable. It's getting body blocked a bit. And now that Brightwing committed to the global, they just fall away for now. But I like it. They're really in the face of Team Ash. And you have got to think about this. Team Ash, when you look at them, they are one of the teams that is fairly experienced. These guys have been playing in the competitive scene for a long, long time right now. So seeing them under this much pressure is actually quite interesting. But yeah, it's the early game. It's Towers of Doom and it's the early game. So you all know what's that worth. This can always flip at a moment's notice, and this might be exactly what we're seeing happening here. Time will tell. But yep, right now we got the next altar coming up. This time it's a single altar in the middle of the map we're talking about. And they're still dancing around it, yeah. But level 10 should give it over to Team Copium. They will have it a few seconds earlier. They just need to coordinate it properly, and then they should be able to channel it. Unless, of course, they want to try and collapse onto the bot lane or something else and see if they can get a kill or two. The Haka at the top is getting attacked. There's the light bomb for Anduin, as already suggested during the draft. So they're going to try for that backline engage. Anduin is the one that can easily also channel this through and does exactly that. And that equalizes the points on the core again, just as the blue team is also getting access to their level 10 abilities. Now Lunara, not thrown on vines, goes into the repositioning. Little hibbity hop here with the lunge. There's the light bomb engage, and damn! Light bomb engage into Apocalypse and a beautiful kill against the fruit fly. The infestation has been taken apart, and we're going to take another look at this. The coordination was actually quite neat, and I want to see that again later. So here comes the light bomb. They come in right away, stun it out once, and then immediately Diablo following up. So a perma-stun on Brightwing that results in the kill, despite the fact that we had Blaze use his bunker to try and help Brightwing out in that situation. So nicely done. 6 kills to 2. And they're applying additional pressure now as they're pulling further and further ahead in experience. So not shabby. 92 stacks also for Diablo. Also is getting there. But I really like moves like this. It's obviously quite the investment that you're going for when you make that play, especially since they utilized X-Strike in the process too. But if you can snipe a target like this, you find yourself in a pretty decent spot for the team fight afterwards. Especially if your opponent already used multiple of their own heroic ability cooldowns just to try and prevent the kill from happening. Obviously, always assuming you get it off in the first place. And talking about getting it off, well, there's the kill on Blaze. They're able to pull one more kill off. Nicely done. And yeah, good old Blaze. No chance for him. Then again, Limu gets caught a bit here too, and that was unfortunate because, well, too much CC for him to handle. So what looked like a very easy additional altar for them turns into a fight, 4v4. That is more or less inevitable. Dehaka is still moving between the lanes, trying to get them even further ahead in experience and lock level 16 in for them. Arrow into Apocalypse. That one didn't really play too well though, but they still stun out Brightwing, and then the light bomb provided another stun, but the situation still is a bit dire for them since they are the ones losing Diablo while they didn't get a single kill. So all of a sudden it's the blue team that is starting to pull a bit ahead here. Morena's oh, nice! Wanted style. Well done. Curves the arrow around all the obstacles and gets the kill here. Impressive. Garrosh is down, and Nano with another nice and neat shot with his Hanzo. So now we got 8 kills to 4. 12 kills at the 9-minute mark. Yeah, they're at it. They're really going for the big battle now. Quite the entertaining fight that we have between the two of them in this first game of the best of 3 series. And Dehaka always at the side lane. They're level ahead at this point. And a lot of it is thanks to him. He is getting the experience for them over and over and over again. And making it also really rough for my try to keep up, because again, for Blaze, obviously meeting the rotation is not really the issue. The problem is more so when Dehaka decides to make a fight for the make a move for the team fight, or when Blaze wants to do that, but it just results in Dehaka getting another wave or two. So that's the one thing that they have to be careful about. But anyways, we got the boss still up. Next objective should also be announced soon, and at least the pumpkins are taken down here. Okay, so they grab those. Damage output at this point in the game, we got 28,000 for Hanzo. Sylvanas is at 22, so she's shortly behind. But now we have the double altars coming up at the top. Yep, and with that, should be still the even exchange. I don't think they can lock in level 16 before the altars are up. If they could, they might make a play for the top left. But outside of a miracle occurring and that happening, I just don't see it. So it will be an even split between the two teams here. Each one going for the altar on their own side. And yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing here. A little bit late, Renella's already taking it. Arrow is completely missing as they were trying to save Genji. So Genji gets killed by Sylvanas here. But they got the altar, so that was the important part. But of course now we have Team Ash slowly and steadily sneaking back into experience range and also trying to use Sylvanas to push some of the structures down. Which is essentially what she's doing down here now with the rest of the team. And they are still looking good. The level 16 talent, yes, it's an advantage. There's the light bomb engage again. And they get the kill on Anduin. Anduin uses the light bomb, but the blue team turns around. Anduin dies, and Team Ash is on a momentum train. Not only do they close the gap in experience and lock in level 16, but they get the kill on Anduin just as Genji is coming back. And, of course, the bell tower, taking that over doesn't hurt either, especially since it's full bot lane control now that we're talking about. So, yep, pretty good position for Team Ash. The fights went well for Team Copium, up to, I guess, level 12, 13. Now they are the ones who have to be very careful here. And Team Ash is just pressing even further down here at the bottom of the map. Brightwing is coming in, helping out Morenas with this Garrosh. Next altars get announced. And we're apparently already at the next triple altar phase. When the hell did that happen? What? Way faster than I thought. So yeah. But either way, for now, we got 28 to 24 points. Another pumpkin makes it through. The rest, they can take him down. So that's exactly what they did. And yeah, they're trying to reclaim the bell tower here before the triple altar phase starts. Arrow! Yeah, but easily dodged. That was actually very well played here. Also with the Will of the Forsaken on level 16 from Sylvanas. Just taking the damage, but not eating the stun. And therefore the follow-up from Diablo didn't really do anything. But Brightwing is already on the channel down here. Unlikely that they get interrupted. They prevent it from being 5 shots. They would have lost 10 if not for that. But now double salvo hits. It's 15 to 24 points. That's where we're at. So the lead for Team Ash. Still an experience advantage on the side of Team Copium. But the question is always, what can they do with that? Where is this going to head in the long run? So, yeah. Plays at the bottom of the map are being made here as they're trying to reclaim this. Light bomb! Yeah, but Diablo didn't have anything ready yet for a follow-up. And they couldn't get a kill with it. There's the X-Strike, immediate taunt. Anduin reacting nicely. Just in time to help them out here, but the battle isn't over yet. But it seems that Morenas, he keeps himself alive. Nicely done. Caspar, low, has to pop the essence. And this is the end of Diablo. He gets flipped back in and escapes? What? Brightwing is dead, and so... Oh, Nano! What the fuck? They get 4 kills. The hell just happened? Diablo was dead. He should have been dead. Look at this. Check this one out. Diablo is pretty much dead. Escapes. They get a kill on Brightwing. Continue to drop Sylvanas with an arrow from Hanzo. Beautiful. In total, they eliminate 4 heroes. Go for the bell tower now. And that's just as we have a double altar spawning. What a brutal fight. Damn. That was... Wow. Yeah, that was quite something. And I want to say it was a little bit... It was not really anticipated by Team Ash. I don't think they saw that coming. So now they're going to lose 10 points on the core and fall behind. Level 20 is also available for Team Copium. So yeah, it gets worse and worse. X-Strike, they still want him. They forced out the cooldowns, and here come the shots. Bam! Boom, 14 points to 15, and still 2 level lead and level 20. So yeah, huge. Absolutely huge. Okay, let's look at the damage. 52,000 for Hanzo. Nano's doing his thing. Drag, no, not this time. Caspar still making it out here. They're trying to protect the bottom of the map. Trying to protect the bell tower. And Genji is not going to take the camp. That's actually interesting. They thought there would be an attack coming. And they prioritized that over it. So he's not going for the camp yet. Dehaka sees Farlander, goes in. Sees Morenas like, oh shit. Let's get out of here. So, yeah. 15 minutes into the game. 18 kills. Alright, they got the camp. Half a level until 20 for Team Ash. They're playing very passive right now. And they should. They need their Storm Talons before they can make any big moves here. Right. No light bomb just yet. But that engage composition is still there. Still a possibility for them. Now, thanks to their level 20 advantage, they're now taking both of the mercenary camps. And this is just as the altars are getting announced again. So it's once more double altar at the top. Oh, Hellgate being used. Light bomb. But nice block by Sylvanas, and Genji just completely screwed up there. That was unfortunate for them. They lose Genji and they lose Anduin. And guys, that was avoidable. That was too greedy. That was also nicely reacted by Farlander, by the way, who once again had the Will of the Forsaken ready so that he wouldn't be stunned out. But this is a bit of a setback. This is quite the setback. So they still hold on to the bell tower and they're trying to buy some time. First 3 shots get fired as Team Ash gets the channel. But yeah, that play down here, yeah, that was wishful thinking. So now the Haka is trying to get away from this without dying and is able to escape. Now it could be worse, don't get me wrong. They get both of the altars, but it's in total only 6 points. So again, I guess we can chalk that bot lane situation up and well, shit happens. Look at that. He still jumped over and then the polybomb hit him. But Diablo, nope. Anyone is dead. Yep, so that's now 12 kills to 9, level 20 on both sides, and all of a sudden Team Ash is coming back with a vengeance. They want that bell tower and they don't quite get it yet. Diablo's obviously back, just this time without most of his souls. As somebody already explained to me, I never really understood this change why all of a sudden Diablo has 25 souls even when he dies. And somebody explained pretty convincingly that this is the souls of all the Blizzard executives that were responsible for the death of HGC and the death of Blizzard in general. Those souls are never being released no matter what happens. And I am totally on board with that. I totally understand that. So like that explanation made a lot of sense to me. And I can appreciate that. And honestly, they shouldn't be released. They should suffer in hell for all eternity. So that's just the price you pay. Now, the price that the blue team pays for not defending the top lane is that they're likely going to lose that bell tower again. By now it's 4 bell towers to 4. But down near the bot lane that could change again. But nobody gives a shit about the Haka. That's where the global pays dividends again. Morenas, yeah, they gotta abandon this for now. Do they fight for it though? Is that the moment where they have... Nah, no. No, they're not. Let's answer the question ourselves. So top lane control against bot lane control. That's what we currently have. One single altar is all that we get. In the middle. That's Hanzo's damage. 86,000. He's going to end up on the 6 digits again, isn't he? But this time they are behind. So we have a few shots that went through with the pumpkins. And that's another 4 that they just took. Guys, they're down to 4 points. This is going to be a nightmare because now a single altar eliminates you. A single boss eliminates you. A couple of pumpkins can also threaten you even further. So they have to go for the boss. This is a bit of a Hail Mary move that Team Copium is throwing here, and they need to. They miss the light bomb. Light bomb misses, and they are not getting kills. The arrow, the APOC, it's all good, but it's not good enough. It was a nice attempt, don't get me wrong. It was a really, really nice attempt, but it just wasn't good enough. Let's take a look at it. So over here, there's where it starts. Light bomb is already missing a little bit. Here comes the arrow. Look at the apocalypse. They dodged it. They dodged all of it. And that's not because the attempt was bad. It was something they needed to throw out. They needed to try. But it was well dodged by Team Ash. And now it's a fight for the top boss. They gotta do it. They can't keep this up. Once the altars are in and the boss is up, there's too many things that you need to cover. The next altar is all the way down at the bottom of the map. You can't cover both. That's not happening. So they have to go for that Hail Mary. They're trying it right here, right now. Moving in, looking for Casper. Yeah, this is tricky. Also, the bell tower in the mid lane is also very, very low. That's another problem they're facing. And here we are again. Altar gets announced and you still have the boss up at the top. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But again, it's one of those bad situations where you have to make choices that you know are not ideal. You know that it's not the best engage, but you also know that if you just let it play out and wait, you're going to end up in a situation that's even worse. So that's why they did it. Now it didn't work out in the first attempt, now they have to try it again. Nobody's going for the boss, so that's the good news for them. But now they need to come in here, and the Haka is going to be the one to interrupt it first. There they go, Bambi! Ah, it's a kill! And again, Farlander with the Will of the Forsaken before the Hanzo arrow hits him. So now they go for 1 kill, they go for the double, and they might get it! Yes, they get Garrosh! 2 heroes dead. Guys, this is the chance to continue the comeback. They are going to get the 4 shots. They have to remove the boss eventually. It's really something that you need to take away from your opponent as an option. 10 points, 2, 4, and now it's decision-making time. Camps, boss, bell towers. What are you going to go for? They go for the boss and take... Normally, in an even situation, I would disagree with that. I would say like, hey, take bell tower control. But at this point, it makes perfect sense. You need to remove it as an option for Team Ash to end the game. So they take the boss. That is 4 shots fired. And it puts them down to 6 points to 4. Very close now. Very close. 1 pumpkin camp has already been taken. They're taking the next one, and down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, they have to, of course, try to take that bell tower back, which they will. That's a 5 versus 4 situation they got going for themselves now. Keep in mind, this one is soon going to be eliminated whenever somebody gets close. This at the top is something they can also take back, and they're already working on it. But this is winnable now. This is all of a sudden winnable, especially if you're getting another bell tower here. You gotta make your place, you gotta move in, you're gonna try and do whatever you can. But this is now all of a sudden a game that they can technically win. One more fight, one good fight, especially with the double altar coming up. One good fight and it's yours. So here we are. 111,000 damage, by the way, for Hanzo. He's nearly on twice the amount of damage that we're seeing from Lunara. So, yep. 6 points to 4. Towers of Doom delivers. Once again. It always does, doesn't it? Here comes the Haka. They're looking for that engage. Stop already being used. Light bomb into the back line. Arrow! Apoc! Lunara is dead! Lunara is dead, and so is Garrosh. Fuck me. Copium actually pulls it off. Copium fucking pulls it off. Tehaka is channeling already. He's channeling. So is Limu. They are winning it. They take it. They have it. It's game. Shots are fired. Team Copium takes the lead in the grand final against Team Ash. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Okay, game number 2, everybody. We are headed for our second map in this series. Team Copium has taken the lead today in the grand final. And I am amazed and happy at the same time, because after the performance in the semis, I was really looking forward to their grand final performance against Team Ash. And it looked for quite some time as if Team Ash would just take the lead, keep it, and take them down. Yeah, and then a couple of team fights happened, and all of a sudden it's Copium bringing it back slowly and steadily. So I'm a fan, and it results in targeted bans against Limu. So Tracer is getting banned, and they're also banning his Genji, which obviously leaves a lot of other stuff open that they could get now. We have Murena's taking Johanna here, whereas the Overwatch bans are strong in this one. It's like, damn son, it's not only Genji and Tracer that are getting banned, but also Lucio and our boy Junkrat. So they all hate Overwatch. They definitely do. Yeah, with Johanna, you obviously have the wave clear that you need. Blaze is still up. Still a lot of side laners to take. Limu likely gonna go for Maiev, I suppose. Nano with his Hanzo. I mean, again, Nano is a little bit like budget bishops at this point. Like, he's just picking Hanzo over and over again. And he had some fantastic plays already on the hero. So it reminds me a little bit of bishops at this point in time. And I think if this continues, it's only going to be a matter of time until they are banning Hanzo against him. Here comes Blaze. And we get Renella. So, Blaze and Renella. Blaze and Rhaegar. There we go. Get both taken. That's a ton of wave clear that they already have here. Camp clear, wave clear. You have the AoE. Got stuns, you got the double layer of defense, so to say, with Johanna and Blaze. Not quite the same as Sanctification and Bunker, but Jojo can help you out a lot. It's a very beefy frontline. It's something that we've seen from the Hardos in the past a lot. I mean, they played this over and over again. Lunara also gets banned, and this is now the last one that they're going to get rid of. So do they actually ban out Maiev too? If they really want to target Limu, then banning Maiev now would be a logical thing to do. Well, to an extent. You have, of course... actually, there's a couple of heroes that can break any tether already. The thing is just like, you're not going to ban out Limo completely, but you can at least get rid of some of his... damage dealers, and you can do that. So, yeah. But either way, they go for the Diablo ban. Poor Dibbles. No love for him. Nemo's gonna pick last, I suppose. So you can go into your support now. You can go into your tank. And Anna and Muradin. Okay. Who's getting boosted here? Who's getting that nano boost? What's Limu gonna pick now? Don't see that many Ana picks here. Are we actually gonna get a Li Ming now? Is that gonna be a thing? Li Ming, boosted, reset, bam. Keep him. Well, for the blue team, we get... Ooh, I'm a fan. Vala! Vala is already in, and we get Medivh. Nice! So, we are likely gonna get the auto attacks. Likely auto attack style for Vala. Don't have double support, but you have Blaze, you have Johanna, you have Medivh, and you have Rhaegar. What do you want, right? So yeah. But okay, Limu, last but not least. So let's see what we're gonna get from him. It is Maiev. It is Maiev after all. So you can still boost her too. But yep, they didn't ban her out. Told you, ban out Maiev, but instead they banned Diablo. Now they gotta pay the price. Game number 2 in the grand final, the best of 3 series. Team Copium against Team Ash. Here we are, the second map, everybody. Off we go with Nenopio and Vala. And it is not an auto attack style. Even with all the defense that he has here and the potential shields, we instead get a multi-shot build by him. As if they needed more wave clear. Renella on Rhaegar, Maitri on Blaze. We got Morenas on Johanna and Farlander on Medivh. On the right side of the map, instead, we got Team Copium in the lead in this best of 3 series. The first match point for them. With Casper on Hogger, Guilty Spark on Anna, Nano is playing Hanzo, Anyone plays Muradin, and Limu is playing Maiev. They tried to ban him out a little bit, didn't really work so far, but he is back on Maiev trying to tether his way through to victory, starting things off with the pursuit of vengeance. But here we go. So, at this point, we already have, with Vala obviously, a hero that can also really pack a punch in the long run, but just the wave clear that you bring to the table. I'm really excited for this. I like a couple of good Vala games. I think that the Cowgirl skin is a little bit overused, by the way. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, just a bit overused. Vala is one of the few where you have some really, really cool skins, and even the Master skin in the days of old is quite nice. So, the action is already starting up. And at this point, everybody is just collecting some gems to summon the first round of Wet Beavers. You want to appease the Beaver Queen and make sure that they're going to be sent en route and build a dam somewhere. But for now, we are at the bot lane. We got Maitri on Blaze. We have Limu. He's obviously going to try and hold his own here with Hogger pogging for the camp already. So Maiev has to hold onto the bot lane for a little bit until he's done. Rhaegar with a big jump. Did you see that? Went for Muradin as he jumped over, and all of a sudden he gets baited over the wall here. Renella for just a moment in trouble, but is able to move back out. That would have been a really annoying death if you just try to go for a bite and then all of a sudden you find yourself on the wrong side of the wall. Yeah, that's not really a good experience. We Germans have a lot of previous experience with that, and let me tell you, you don't want that to happen. So yeah, but either way, but now we got not a single kill yet, just a little bit of rotations between the mid and the top lane. We have, of course, stacks coming together for Medivh, and we're going to keep our eye on Farlander. Gotta be real careful here. Can he complete the baseline? He's sitting at 7 stacks. He's getting things started. Slowly, steadily. So, yep, there we go. But either way, we have level 4 already in. We have 30 gems on each side, so we're getting a little bit closer to the first turn-in attempts here. Casper sitting at the bottom of the map. Maitri gets attacked now too. Yeah, everybody is just looking at the siege times thinking, juicy, I would like to have that. But, of course, nobody wants to give that up yet. Either way, in the middle of the map, anyone coming in with a Storm Bolt, and they're locking Falender down for just a second. He's still able to walk away from this. 7 stacks, so didn't accumulate any additional ones after we already took a look at him a few seconds ago. So, yeah, Nano all alone up at the top. And for now, everybody is just getting their gems. We got 43 for Team Ash, we got 24 for Team Copium. Obviously, if you get the first set of Wet Beavers, then they can just maul their way through the opponent's defenses and try and take them out. Just completely obliterate those things. But with the Siege Giants now finally taken down at the bottom of the map for Copium, maybe they can even take a few of these structures down a notch before the Wet Beavers are making an appearance here. So, Casper, doing his thing, might try, careful, a little bit far out there, gets locked into a wall for a second, but he takes these things down. Siege Giants are gone. We now have the Mercenaries, the Bruisers, also claimed in the mid lane by Team Ash, so they're going for some counter pressure, and they're trying to make that work. But the first turn-in is definitely available for both of them now. Not a single gem turned in by Team Ash, but they go for it. This is maybe one of the maps that's a little bit bad for Team Ash, because Beavers don't like Ash. Because, I mean, again, at the end of the day, Ash is nothing but burned wood, so you gotta be careful with this. This might be one of the reasons why Team Copium is pretty happy to play on this map now. We got the Hot Pursuit. They hope, of course, that the Beaver Queen looks at them with a smiling face. Either way, level 7 is in. Bit of action is already happening here as they're looking for the turn-in. 36 gems have been delivered by Team Copium. 15 stacks for Vala. Yeah, still working on Muradin a bit. And talking about stacks, I think Falender is going to go for a slow record here. He's sitting at 8 stacks. Not really a whole lot for him. Morena's at the front, can always evade a tether with an Iron Skin, but he's a bit low. Gets a shield there too. The quest completed for Vala, and she's still stacking, but Limu! Careful, my friend. Yeah, that was dicey for just a second. A little bit more damage, and he would have been the first one to fall. Because we're 5 minutes in, and we still haven't seen a single kill. They are all dancing around this very slowly. Copium is fully aware that they have a chance here to decide the grand final in their favor, and they're aiming for that, trying to take Vala down, which they failed to do, but barely. And Team Ash knows that one stupid mistake like this one could cost them 31 gems. Now, oh no, Jojo is down. Oh my god, the red beavers are gonna come down. We have Johanna down and Vala, and oh, that's 31 gems lost through Jojo. That's the stacks reset on Medivh. And what the hell is this shit? You summon wet beavers and then you get spiders? That has to be a bug. Somebody needs to report this shit. I don't know what happened to the beavers and the beaver queen, but there were a lot of wet beavers earlier. We were promised wet beavers, and now all that we're getting is spiders? Like, I honestly don't know what's going on here, but maybe it's like a bit of a delayed April Fool's joke by Blizzard. But yeah, there's way too many spiders here. Where are the beavers? What happened here? Did the spiders eat the beavers? I'm not sure. Maybe the beavers went somewhere to dry themselves off after they got wet earlier. Like, I'm not quite sure. But anyways, 3 kills to 0. We currently have level 10 in their hands. Another arrow. Dodged out. Narrowly missing the target. And Renella pausing the game. Probably because he needs to have a break from getting his ass kicked here in the early stages. But damn. Like, that early game is an absolute utter disaster. They're down to 20 gems that they're holding. Guys, just to give you a little bit of an idea of how bad this is. So, we already had the first wet beaver wave for Team Copium, and they still have 45 gems. The blue team has only 20. They lost in total 4 heroes already, and Hogger just eliminated also Blaze, which is just an absolute disaster. So, yeah, it's nasty. It's really nasty. The first fort is down. They can go for another turn-in. Maybe that's going to finally answer the question where all of the beavers went. And why there's so many spiders here. But anyways, so level 10 is nearly there. Then they might have a chance to fight back, but we'll see. I mean, for now, it's... again, Leyline, Blessed Shield, Vala of the Rain of Vengeance. You got a lot of control in CC now. But the opening into the game definitely didn't favor them here. So they're still trying to go for the camp, and they grab it too. 52 gems against 30. Well, they might not grab the cap just yet. There's the blast shield. That's the opportunity for the blue team to bring this back. And they get a kill on Hogger. The gems get recovered partially. Ana is low. Disc is out. Granny is dead. Siege Shine stolen. And all of a sudden, Team Ash is back to business. Yep. Not only did they at least deny a few of the gems to Team Copium, but they also are getting closer to their own turn-in. And the Siege Shines will help them to open this wall up slightly. So, yeah, that was important. Getting those 2 kills definitely helped a little bit. Now it's a 5 versus 5 on the map again, and Nano's doing his best down here to stop those Siege Shines from damaging the fort as well. The wall has obviously already been destroyed. Still not a single gem turned in by the blue team. I gotta say, I don't like that too much. If you have a chance, at least deliver a couple. You've seen what happened earlier when you didn't do that. So now it's Jojo that's trying to turn in again, and immediately is being put to sleep by Ana. Yeah, Morenas. They want him. Iron Skin is already out. They poke the shield down, and they get the disc, but it's already too late. Yeah. And Maitra is trying to flank in, but it's the sleep dart from Ana that stops him cold. Guilty Spark. Yes, sniping them very, very heavily. Okay. So, at the same time, we have, with 11 gems turned in already for Team Copium, an opportunity for the red team to get the second turn in a row. And appease the Beaver Queen. But Nano, 13 gems for him. Yeah, level 13. Any moment now, so that gives them an additional lead. And there it is. They got the talent advantage over the opponent. And amongst other things, it also gives us the Bronze Beard Rage. As Budget Gimli is getting a little bit more dangerous here, and also adds the wave earlier. Casper with the 3 gems trying to turn them in. That would secure them another wave. They had 53. 53 out of 54. And they turn in another set of wet beavers for Team Copium. And maybe a kill. They set it up against Jojo, but not enough damage just yet. They turn it straight up onto Blaze. And he's also slowly moving away from it. The stacks for Medivh are getting a bit better, by the way. He's sitting at 12 now. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about, but still it's there. So yeah, it's at least something. And again, fucking spiders, what's happening? Where are all the beavers? Like, this is an absolute disaster. I think we have to call PETA or something. There's a spider infestation here on the map. I don't think it's cool. I haven't seen the Beaver Queen in a while either, so yeah, this is really trouble brewing here in the Nexus. This is problematic. We gotta do something about it. Start a hashtag or something. The disc misses, so my F was already attempting to set up another kill for them, but couldn't. And after we now had 2 forts destroyed, the one at the top doesn't look too good either. It's down to 50% HP. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Now, down at the bottom of the map, at least Blaze is trying to defend it as best he can. He has 30 gems. That's the amount where you have to be a little bit careful, honestly. Because if you dive out a bit too deep, you're going to get the Joanna treatment. And then the gems are down the drain. But they need to turn in. I mean, for the love of God, please. Secure a turn in and at least go and have a fighting chance here. It's a lot less kill-heavy of a game than the ones that we've seen before. But, yep. Here we go. Turn in is happening. Or at least they're trying. Yeah. And... my F! Okay, so they get my F out. Had to use the disc again. And they're still stopping the turn-in. 33 gems have already been taken. Or been delivered. But while the... I mean, the red team is working on turn-in number 3. The blue team hasn't gotten a single one yet. I mean, maybe Team Ash just doesn't... Oh, there's the kill. Nice! Do they get a second? Yeah, Limo's dead too. Down go Hoga and Ana and Maiev. It's a triple, baby. Oh yeah, Team Ash is coming back with a vengeance here. And they're taking the fort down before the wet beavers even approach the map. But yeah, it is honestly a little bit of a weird one. I mean, there's so many questions that I have at this point. Question number 1. Why does Team Ash not turn in earlier? Question number 2. How did the beavers get wet? Question number 3. Why are there so many fucking spiders here? It's like... questions after questions, honestly. And somebody has to answer them. Somebody has to answer these questions. So, level 16. We had 17 stacks now for Medivh. Team Ash is starting to push out here. And they got their objective up. So now there's a chance to not only... I mean, they could technically even pull ahead in structure when you think about it. That camp plus the Beaver wave at the bot lane needs to be dealt with, or the keep is going to be attacked. That opens up a time window here in the middle and at the top lane that they can use to push this out further. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. So already a little bit of action happening. Portal rotations, obviously, speeding this entire thing up even further. And off we go. Another fort about to go down, thanks to the wet beavers. Now, we have 5 kills to 4, so we're slowly getting there. One lone siege giant is still down at the bottom of the map. And there's still a couple of pressure plays made in the middle. I mean, somebody needs to deal with all of these wet beavers. Dry them or something like that. Maybe they need a towel. Like, I don't know. Arrow. Oh, yeah, this one. Oof. I mean, I can't even follow the entire thing. This is still flying, by the way. Woo! What an arrow. Oh, boy. That one failed hard. That didn't connect with anything. Nano. What happened? Is he out of good arrows already? Did he use all of them in the semi-final and the first map? We don't know. The keep in the middle, by the way, is nearly destroyed. So the web beavers are doing work. The keep is gone. One keep is gone. All that Team Ash needed was one good fight, and all of a sudden, they killed 3 heroes at the bot lane, took the fort, turned in, got the wet beaver wave, and then they destroyed the keep in the middle, they destroyed the remaining forts, they're portaling around, and they're going for the core too. They're like, fuck that shit, we're going in. We're taking this game. We're not fucking around anymore. We're not losing the Copium. What's happening here? Let's end it all. Can they, though? I mean, they can definitely destroy most of it, but can they destroy the entire thing? Rega is already dead. The core is at 40%. I'm not so sure that this is happening. 26%! 17! 13! 11! 5! And there it is! They win it, and we go to game number 5. GG, well played, as Team Ash takes down Copium. Gun of Terror! Alright guys, we're done with the beavers, I promise. Was a one-time thing, no more beavers. Okay, anyways, Gun of Terror is map number 3, so it is gonna be, I guess, it should be interesting. It's a very big map that has been chosen here. And it was chosen by Team... It's actually even more interesting, it was chosen by Team Ash. So Team Ash picked the map. But what I'm talking about, of course Team Ash picked the map because Team Copium lost and picked first ban. Ignore what I said. I was actually for a second thinking that maybe they have like some cheesy stuff prepared here. We could still see Vikings. We have seen all of these teams at one point or another play the Vikings, so that could happen again here. And I always hope that it happens. The bigger the map, the more impactful globals are going to become, the more impactful Vikings are becoming. You can play a couple of cheesy things and it's always fun. But yes, it is map number 3, the final map in the first qualifier here for the grand final. So it's all about which team locks in most of the points. Hogger, right now, he's the one that gets picked first. Makes a lot of sense. Tons and tons of camps on this map that you want to take. But it's cool to see that Team Ash was fighting back so heavily on the last map. And we had it now twice today that a team really pressured early on, saw an opportunity and snowballed it onto the core and took it down. So, yeah. We got Blaze and we got Hanzo. Yeah. Taking Hanzo away from Nano this time. Yeah, maybe that's an adjustment that also makes some sense there. And they're still target banning Limu. Now, I have, of course, the immediate question what happens on the third ban if they are going for Maiev again, as I already suggested on the last map. Now, they won, but Maiev definitely didn't make it all that much easier. I'm a little bit surprised that we don't see a Dehaka pick yet. I would still assume that Falstad is going to be played. Brightwing also, of course, up, so there's that. But yeah, what are we now getting as the final bans for the final map in this series here? It's kind of fun to be back with the X Cup, I gotta say. Now today, a lot of the top teams haven't been here, but I have to admit that this was a little bit refreshing. We had a lot of really, really cool games already. Very entertaining. And just non-stop back and forth battles between the teams here. So it was a really nice change of pace. And there's the Maiev ban. So this time they are banning her out. What do you get rid of on the other side? The birdie! I wanted the birdie! What's happening? They banned my bird! That's not how that was supposed to happen. Sad panda. Okay. So, are we going to see something a little bit on the crazy side? I certainly hope so. Not gonna lie. I really hope that we're going to get something like Abatha, Vikings, Samuro. Give me something. Rhaegar, Muradin. Yeah, you would of course pick any of these heroes then towards the end. If you already go for Garden of Terror, we don't even have globals right now. The Haka hasn't been touched. Falset has been banned. Brightwing doesn't count. So now we got Limu and Nano as the last ones. And since Limu is getting so heavily targeted in the bans, what is his pick? Chromie! Chromie on Sylvanas. Okay. Yeah, that leaves us with Nenopi last but not least. Okay, Chromie and Sylvanas, also interesting. Didn't see Chromie on this map. But yeah, Garden of Terror is also a bit of a wild map. If you think about it just in general, a lot of the maps that we saw today, especially the patterns. Tomb as a first pick, really? Doesn't happen that often. And it's Lulnara. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. That's just sad. I was ready for it. I was totally ready for it. But didn't get anything. Garden of Terror. Game number 3. That's something that we're getting. The series is tied. And we got Team Ash against Team Copium. So outside of the audience winning because we're getting more games. Let's see which one of the teams is winning this one. And takes the first qualifier of the X Cup Summer. The final map between Ash and Copium with Renella on Rhaegar, Nenopi playing Hanzo, Morenas on Murden, Maitri on Blaze, and Falenda on Lunara. Over on the right side of the map, we got Limu, this time on Sylvanas, Caspar on Hogger, Nano on Chromie, anyone is playing Johanna, and Guilty Spark is playing Brightwing. Okay, so level 1, we actually get the Dragon's Breath for Chromie, Deep Breathing. So she's gonna spec into that a little bit. Huge map. Biggest map that we have currently in the competitive pool. And also the map with the most camps. So this map has all of the mercenary camps. Every single one of them. Every single mercenary camp is contained on this one, so yeah, there's that. Yeah, Morenas gets attacked here a little bit already, Muradin, and has to retreat quickly. And here you go. This is just wrong, by the way. Hogger on that mount? Nah. I mean, there are some heroes and mounts that go together, like Pineapple and Pizza. But this just doesn't really do it for me. Like, I don't know why, but this is just wrong on so many levels, and I can't even tell you why that is. But yeah, so either way, we got, at this point, just a little bit of the early rotation going on between the teams. Brightwing has taken down to the bottom of the map. I mean, still trying to act as the global here, the only one that they have. Doesn't have the wave clear to really fill the same position as Falstad or Dehaka, but still gives you, of course, at least some control. Camps are all taken, and the blue team is trying to invade some of these attempts here, and it's not working out. So when you try to invade somebody that is taking a camp and you're not successful, then you just lose time claiming your own. Now, thankfully, we already had these two bad boys down at the bottom of the map doing their own thing. Well, that could have been a lot more annoying. But there's the push at the top, and this is the problem. You got Sylvanas against you and a mercenary camp. So that is already equaling quite some damage to the structures. Everybody has to rotate up and help out here, and it seems like they're able to get Limu. Yeah, Brightwing is helping out. Morenas, Murden. Haha, they get the kill and they get out. Nice. Chromie coming a little bit too late to have a real impact here, but so this is the first kill. we got a quick 1-0 on the kill count in favor of Team Ash. Keep in mind, they lost the first map and were only able to tie the series on Tomb. So with that, we now got Muradin chasing Brightwing, missing the Stormbolt though. Yeah, Morenas is playing... he's playing Assassin Muradin. I mean, he's chasing heroes all over the map. He needs a Tyrande that comes with him and go for the good old Miranda combo to just like snipe anyone in their sights. Down to the bottom of the map by now, we got Farlander dealing with Casper. And Muradin is doing exactly the same thing again, just like jumping around, doing damage, intimidating people. Budget Gimli is fully going for it here. Yeah, dwarves are nasty. Gets caught a little bit, but yeah, nothing that he's really going to care about. So it seems like they're just going to give the first one up. The seed is taken. Waiting for the Garden Terrors here. Slight leading experience now for Team Ash. Very heavy rotations from the blue team. I mean, the entire time we have Murden, as already pointed out, extremely active. By the way, thank God Morenas for picking a normal skin. Thank you, thank you. I'm just now realizing that. A round of applause for Morenas. Not going for the pedo skin. That is just so much better. Look at this. Glorious, majestic, and also it improves your Stormbolt accuracy by at least 5 to 10% if you go for a proper skin with that hero. And Morenas, as I already said, he's going full battle Muradin. And this time they are committing to the camp. The dwarf is out, they're chasing them off, and they steal it away, or at least they're getting close. Can they take it? Maybe not. Damn, everybody's going ham on that thing now. But the red team claims it, and Blaze is gone. Wow. Quite the commitment here. The blue team completely willing to get everybody involved, but they could neither get the camp nor could they get a kill. Instead, they lost both. So, yeah. Job well done. That's the way back into this. Also, get the first seed there for yourself. Chromie doing her thing. Yep, waddling around there. Fake dragon. Like, that is just preposterous. That combo itself too. So yeah, down to the bottom of the map. Now we got Morenas, Maitri and Farlander pushing this out a little bit. I don't even know what the 65 stands for. I mean, every single time they add a detail like this, is that a 6.5? Is that supposed to be 6.5 out of 10? Is there a 10 on the other side? There's not, right? So there's actually 65. I have no idea what that means. Must be some World of Warcraft thing. If there was a 6.5 on one side and a 10 on the other side, I could totally relate to that. But I have not seen that now. There's like no divider there, nothing. Anyways. Yeah. Chromie. Ah, they got some damage in on Ninopi, but definitely not enough. And the same is also true now from Lunara. So Lunara is currently at only 6,000 damage. Damn, it's actually Blazer's top damage in the game. I mean, of course, very early on in the game here, so he just pads his stats a little bit, I guess, and that's about it. But we also have 10,000 for Chromie, 9,000 for Sylvanas. And here we go. Quick jump out, and off we go with a camp, this time stolen away from the red team, because level 10 abilities were already in play for Team Ash. So, yep. Team Ash with nothing too fancy. We got the Avatar over here, we got the Bunker Drop, we got the Thornwood Vines. But here we go on the other side, we have also Blessed Shield locked in, Brightwing with a Blink Heal once again. Honestly, when Chromie just fired away the Sandblast, for some reason I thought there was a Hanzo arrow coming. I was like, damn, that thing is quick. I was like, wait a second. First of all, that hero's on the other side. Second of all, no. Just no. So, yeah. Anyways. We got 1 kill for a kill. Everybody is playing a lot safer now, but these are the rotations that can cost you a few structures. Yeah, Sylvanas is starting to move in, but you can already see that Limo doesn't trust the tranquility up there. He's like, yeah, I don't really know where they are. They're probably rotating towards me, so let's not overstay our welcome and just fall back a little bit. But the battle in the middle continues while we're having Chromie and Johanna try and go for one of the camps. So they gotta hurry a bit to deal with the Siege Giants here, or their fort will take additional damage. Chromie herself is at this point at 15 stacks. And Blaze is pushing too. So, macro-wise, I gotta say that Team Ashe is actually doing a little bit better. They're doing more damage towards the structures. They seem to be always the ones to pressure out the lanes a little bit better. What was obviously very helpful to them was that they were able to take away one of the camps earlier at the top right. So that Bruiser camp was awesome. But now that they are threatening the first Garden Terrors, this is one of those moments when you really have to fight and commit. And it's even talents, so it's definitely a battle that you can take. Position is a little bit awkward over here, but still, they got a lot of long-range poke. Farlander is eating it though, and Sylvanas barely is making the play for the team. But the longer they delay this, the better also for the bot lane. Oh, and there's the kill. Mirrodin is down, gets fully hammered. Morenas dies. Siege Giants are still at the bottom, and it seems like Team Ashe will have to give this one up. The interrupts are obviously still coming through. They're trying to buy some additional time, but I think this is going to be taken. Yes, the double pull is already happening, and therefore both teams have 2 seeds. The next one is going to decide which team gets the first Garden Terror. And at the top, 2 kills to 1. We now have Sylvanas, a little bit more damage on the fort. Yeah, dancing around my try here. Definitely enjoying this. And they're getting a lot more damage on the fort than I thought. Rhaegar's jumping in. They still need to make sure that Brightwing gets out too. Jet propulsion misses, so not a problem. And Chromie is hammering down Hanzo in the mid lane. So that's kill number 3 now for Team Copium. Guys, they might make it happen after all. They might actually be the team to win the first qualifier for the X Cup Summer Season 2022. That's actually a thing. Kind of impressive. So they are the ones who now fight back on structures. Both teams have level 13, and the seed is in a much better position for them. So yep, there it is. And they claim it quickly. So while we have 1 camp stolen, it is time for the Garden Terrors. And this is going to be interesting. How much structural damage can they do? The flank is happening. They see Mirrodin. He's trying to escape. Might even be able to get away here. The question is really how much time are they willing to commit to chase him down. He's slowed. Yeah, okay, they don't need that much time. Yeah, he's dead. And now top lane is getting pushed. In the middle of the map, a similar picture. And down to the bottom, also structures are taking damage. So some of these forts are going to fall. They're going to do a lot here. They're also hoping to pull ahead in experience, of course. So far that hasn't happened. Not really, at least. But yes, that's the first fort to fall. And both of the auxiliary forts are down to 50% HP or less. So yeah, they are doing their thing. And Mirrodin is still dead. So now that they're hoping to go also for Farlander, they're still able to utilize Sylvanas to take another fort down. That's 2 of the outer structures destroyed. And Mirrodin, yep, just now coming back. Okay, Brightwing is fine. Oh, but they're still being chased here. And Mirrodin is flanking in too, or at least he's trying to. They try to turn it, but the shockwave is just a little bit too late. Morena's talking about late, hits the Stormbolt also a bit too late and is getting pulled back in by Chromie and is nearly dead again. Oh my god. Like, Morenas is in real trouble. He came, he saw, and he died. Veni, Vidi, BG. Died, came back, died again. Someone just got slapped. Alright, so with Mirrodin spending more time in the Nexus than on the map these days, we have 5 kills to 1. Half a level lead for Copium, roughly. Yeah, and they are taking control now. They have destroyed 2 forts, they're taking the camps again. And it's rough for Team Ashe to get any kills. They're playing aggressive, but they're being shut down this time. Worked in some of the previous games, but this time it just seems that Copium has their number. Here comes another seed, and of course now it's time for Copium to defend, since Ashe still holds on to those 2 seeds. So you can't let that one go. But they also have to deal with the camps down here, and they're doing that quite quickly. They have also their own siege giants now coming, so there's that. And do they really let... No, okay. Defenders are still there. 16 versus 16. They got the bottom camp now going. And let's see if they can take this one. Over here on the left, now we got the siege giants in too. This, by the way, is this is going to take the bottom fort out. Unless somebody gives up on the seed and moves back down, the bottom fort is toast. This is perfect timing from Copium to get even more structural damage in. And yes, you can watch it on the minimap. The fort doesn't stand a chance. That was just perfect timing. Siege Giants just moving in, taking the wave down, and now can push the wave out even further. That, on the other hand, was also pretty sweet. And that's what happens when you go for the Will of the Forsaken. He went for the Invasive Fire instead and didn't work out for him. At the same time, Chromie is now getting slapped a little bit as well. So that's a double kill for Team Ash. That all of a sudden puts them back into the driver's seat. More or less. I mean, again, first they have to take some structures down, but at least now they got the chance to do that. So already at the top, yeah, Siege Giants and also the thingies, the Garden Terror. You know already what this is going to do. This is going to destroy the fort. This one is also going to fall. I mean, Garden Terror isn't even here and it's already gone. So that's 2 eliminated. Seems like Blaze is going to try and escort the bot lane in. But if they have a chance to even damage some of the keeps here, that would be insane. That would be really good. But apparently they're going to be happy just taking every single fort down. It's probably the most that they can do. And honestly, that's enough. That's one single objective and you take 3 forts down. Which is pretty much perfect. Now, you take some of those towers down here and it would be even better. But you have to make sure that you're not over pushing it. Now that you've started to take a bit of a lead again and equalize the structure situation on the map, gotta be a little bit more careful. So, here we go. We got our arrow. Yeah, dodged out. Time outed even. Nice. Yeah, fully dodged out. Chromie with the top damage. She's sitting at 36,000. Top damage in the game at this point. Ah, shut up. So, with that, we have at least the wall opened up. And at the top, Casper killing the last Siege Giant. I don't know why, but that was sad. Can they get a kill here? Maybe, no. Thanks to Erika. Farlander is low. Boy, Rhaegar is doing overtime. Rhaegar is pulling off quite a couple of overtime hours here in order to keep everybody alive. Brightwing instead falls, but they also kill Rhaegar, so now he gets even punished for all of his good deeds. And the fight isn't over yet. They're still chasing. Sylvanas was trying to jump away, I think, and then jump straight into the Siege Giants and nearly died to them. But Mirrodin is not out of the woods yet either. But yeah, they also don't want to overextend here. So it's pretty much even. It's nearly even here. Oh shit. 6 kills to 4. And we have more or less an even game on our hands. All of the forts have been destroyed. A couple of the walls have been opened up. Teams are both looking at 19. So yeah, let's see where this is headed. Chromie at the top, going for the next camp here. The Chromster. And Casper, he obviously can control this quite nicely now. Hogger is awesome on this map for that very reason. Told you during the draft, he's such a good early pick on a Garden of Terror. Simply because he's coming in time and time again and takes camp after camp after camp and gives you massive advantages there. If you look at the mercenary experience, they are actually a bit behind. Blue team has done even better. As we said before, they stole a few of the camps away, but now they're isolating Blaze and Maitri is dead. Maitri has no chance here. So they jump on Maitri, collapse onto the top lane, take him down, and now with Sylvanas they can push this even further. Nicely done. They have the level 20, I mean both teams do, don't get me wrong. Both teams do. We got the Radiating Faith, we got the Speedy Dragon. That's actually kind of interesting. I honestly expected Invisible Friends against or something, but yeah, it goes for the Speedy Dragon instead. Not a bad choice either, obviously. Still. Not going for the keep yet, so this one is just a little bit low. And let's see if they can take this one down later. This is a nice prep if you're winning a team fight. You can go to the top lane. You got Sylvanas. Wall is already opened up. Seeds are not playing that big of a role right now, simply because both of the teams are at 0. So there's not going to be an immediate threat anytime soon. But of course, if you can take the initial lead, I mean, even better, right? So, yeah. 4 kills to 7. Brightwing is still holding on to the bot lane. This is the shitty thing when you're a Brightwing. You're sitting at the bot lane, you're playing the global, and you can't really do anything because you don't have a proper wave clear, so all that you can do is use the polymorph for that. I mean, it's better than nothing, obviously, but you don't have anything that can quickly take those waves down, or those camps, and then, yeah, push the lanes out. Your wave clear is just limited. And, hello? Big fight for the camp again. Is that really the hill that they want to die on? Apparently. And die they do. It's already the death of Hanzo, and it seems like we might have another one. At this point, it's the front line that's in trouble. Looked for a moment as if Rega would bite the dust as well, but now it's Mytra and Morenas that are desperately trying to escape here. Couldn't even take the camp. Instead, it's the Siege Giants claimed by Copium. And Muradin, he's able to escape. Mytra is just dancing. He knows that it's over. He knows that it's over. So, we got another one coming up, and this one is already a little bit more dangerous, just in the sense that if Copium takes it, they have a 2-0 lead. So there's that. We now got still not a single death on Lunara. Same goes also for Hogger and for Jojo, but it's kind of noteworthy that on the blue team side, there's only a single hero, a single player that hasn't died yet, and that's Farlander. Farlander has in general very low death count. That has been true in previous games as well, especially in the semifinals, by the way. So they are getting a keep for free here. With 2 heroes dead, they just made the perfect choice to go into the mid lane. They saw the siege giants, they saw the catapults, everything was pushed out. They ignored the seed for the time being, didn't even try to posture up there, didn't try to go for any camps. They just realized, hey guys, if we just collapse onto the mid lane, we can take down the first keep and get even farther ahead here. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Copium has taken an advantage again. They have 2 seeds against 0, so there is pressure on Team Ash once the next objective spawns. And in addition to that, they have destroyed the first keep of the game, and they open up the top wall. So right now, they are forcing Team Ash to take risks and play more aggressive. Team Ash cannot afford any longer to just sit tight and chill. They have to do something. They have to invade some camps. They have to force a couple of fights if they think that there's an advantageous situation. And they are forced to react to the next seed as well. So the red team is doing very well here. And they've been doing great throughout the entire tournament. And I did not have them on my bingo card for the grand final. Not gonna lie to you. But this is awesome. I really like this. I really hope that we're going to see them in some of the upcoming qualifiers and that they can show their skills again there. Because this is honestly very, very nice what they are currently pulling off. And we have them coming from one camp to another. The one thing, by the way, that I don't really know is if Limo is subbing in for them today or if he's actually going to be a fixed part of the team. So that's one thing that they have to figure out eventually. But with that, we now have 9 kills to 4. The seed is there, and they can now posture a little bit, see if there's a kill opportunity, interrupt this slightly. Yeah, Chrome, you're already doing exactly that. And buy a bit of time for this. Because, again, no wall at the top keep anymore. The keep has already taken damage. The longer you make this last, the more value your top lane gets, and you might get a keep without even having to fight for it. So all they gotta do is play the interrupt game. Interrupt, interrupt, interrupt. And here comes another wave. Still got the catapult. There's another one on the way already. So, yeah. Seed is taken, though. Seed is taken. So there was a limit to what they could do now. And now they're going to move towards the top after the fight, though. Well, Ancestral is already out. The camp at the top is already moving in. Might not take the key, but is definitely going to damage it a little bit. Just a little bit, though. So, yep. There we go. Some extra damage on this. Catapult is already in. They're trying to take this one down. And Muradin might get caught yet. No! Winners! Oh, no! Oh, Muradin is dead. And now what's the call? They want the top keep. They go for the top keep. They realize that it's a freebie. They go for the keep right away. And that is pretty sweet. Yep. Nicely done. Alright, so they take the second keep down. There's another... Oh boy. Muradin down for another 35 seconds. And over here we have not only the camp taken, but also they have one of the seeds up for grabs in another 10 seconds. Muradin might just be there in time to help them out. They can poke it out a bit with the 4 heroes that they have, but if anybody of them gets caught, that might just be the end of the game. 2 are already gone, 2 keeps, and once that the Garden Terrors get locked in, oof, yeah, once that's the case, that might be the end of it. If you lose the final keep here as well, it's continuous catapult pressure on every wave against you, and that is going to be really, really rough. So here we go. It's all for the core at this point. Damage output on Chromie, 64,000. Lulnara with 48k. But this is not looking pretty. Not even a little bit. Team Copium, they want to crown their performance here with a victory in game number 3 at the grand final against Team Ash. A fantastic tournament. They've been on point all day. They've played a great tournament. They take Murden down again for the 5th time. Blaze is dead as well, and this is a win. Team Copium takes the first qualifier of the X Cup Summer 2022. GG. Well played.